It's your boy VC, and we're covering something pretty crazy. What's going on? Obviously, you know, Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter, and he will get it. But more importantly, what I thought was very interesting is how everything that's happening inside the space now, all the news, the media, there are three major companies that we're going to cover in another story that are kind of trying to take over the entire crypto universe when no one's paying attention to, with Vanguard, BlackRock, and some other guys. But this was interesting to me that the Robinhood CEO outlines how Doge could become the currency of the internet. Now, what was crazy to me was this was coming on the heels where Shiba Inu was just listed onto Robinhood. Had a nice little, we did a 30% run on that on our call out inside of our discords, and you know, I did very well on that, and then it immediately fell back down and couldn't hold the price. But what's so crazy to me is that the next day here comes the CEO of Robinhood. Instead of talking about Doge, Vladimir Tenev, it took to Twitter to explain how Doge could become the future currency of the internet. Just hours after Dogecoin's creator, Elon Musk, was criticized, the Dogecoin's creator criticized Elon Musk for his Twitter antics, which is insane. But that's what I'm looking at right now is like, even though all that other stuff was happening with crypto, the one thing that really came out was Dogecoin could become the currency of the internet, which I thought was awesome. So let's get to it, guys. Close your eyes. So beautiful. Now, guys, looking at what we got going on there, obviously there's a lot of stuff that we need to focus on, and really get into the parts of here we are with, you know, what's happening inside of the crypto space, which I think is amazing. But more importantly, what's happening out there. So I'm going to bring in, today we have with us, as always, we have Moon. What's going on out there, Moon?
What's going on?
So, you know, and then we also have EC out there. EC, how you doing, man? E, where you at, bro? EC might be out there actually getting an adult beverage. Or, I mean, you know, we never know with E. But listen.
I get affected by aliens every so often.
It happens.
Yes, I see it.
He's back in the building.
They're from the Black Rocks, you know.
It happens. It happens. So, I mean, for me, guys, did you not, I mean, I don't know if you caught this, right? Have you guys seen this article and when it came out? Like, SHIB came out, we made 30% on the run, 10% on the short, and then all of a sudden, we turned around and this is the article that comes out. First of all, there's two articles, right? And then we'll address the other article in a little bit where the Dogecoin creator criticized Elon Musk, which is funny to me because why this guy's, I mean, it's almost like he has this feeling that because okay, first of all, you came up with an ideal, right? Your friend, who was the intelligent one, actually built the coin, the guy who worked for Adobe. And then he put it out there. You had full control of it. It was all a joke. It was all fun. And then you made enough money to buy a Volkswagen and you left. Dogecoin then got picked up by the people because it's the people's coin, and they took it from a joke to the people's coin. And then Elon jumped in it and helped the people actually make money by bringing it mainstream. Yet, and you want to come back and all of a sudden you're criticizing everything in crypto. I remember one time the guy was talking about how he didn't like, you know, a certain way that Dogecoin was being developed. Dude, my guy, if you understood crypto, you wouldn't have sold all your coins for a Volkswagen, right? So why are you still talking, first of all? And I'll address him later. He needs to move on with his business because, guy, if you knew crypto, you wouldn't have sold your Doge for a Volkswagen, man. There's other guys who came in way after you that have made millions of dollars on the coin because they believed in something more than you and understood crypto more than you. But now you have 43,000 followers on Twitter and you think you're doing something. Just take the Volkswagen and get some shopping done, brother. But look, what we have to do here is, I mean, am I right or am I right? I mean, what is, I mean, that's just how it goes, man. You got to lay him down sometimes. His opinion doesn't matter. What could he possibly be telling me that I want to hear from a guy who had an idea? Let's make a dog coin because everyone likes dogs and it's a joke, and we'll make it just continue to make coins so it's actually a joke of currency. and then I'll sell it for a Volkswagen and pretend I know crypto. Bye. What are you doing, Felicia? So I mean, when I see that, it's just like, why are we even mentioning that the Dogecoin's creator? Dude, that's like the guy who was dating someone like, Megan Fox in high school, and was like, let's talk to the guy who took to Megan to prom when she was a sophomore. We don't do what? You have no purpose in the world today, brother. So what I want to say here is, isn't this kind of crazy? Did you guys see this article come out after the SHIB push and everything? I mean, or did we miss it? Did you guys miss this? That the Robinhood CEO comes out and his entire he's not even talking about SHIB. His entire conversation is how Doge could become the currency of the internet.
Yeah.
I personally did not, because I don't have Doge, so I don't follow it.
Oh my God. You don't have
Yep,
any
I'm just
Doge?
being honest.
You don't have
Yep. Oh my God.
you don't have any of the people's coin?
No.
Oh my God. She just lost some Twitter followers, guys. Take it easy. She's new to the space. She doesn't understand what Doge represents. Doge is the people's coin.
I get it. It's just a matter of, there's projects and things that you
Whoa. We're
kind
gonna
of
stop
relate
you right
to,
there. We're not gonna let you dig a hole.
okay. It's all
Because
good.
that goes with I just researched projects I think that are actually real. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so listen. Crypto. So, I mean, what we have to understand here, like, we have to have some type of basis of where we come from. It's just like, even though Bitcoin has to evolve into a lot of different things and it has to become so much more, at the end of the day, we have to remember what Bitcoin actually is and what Bitcoin represents, right? And Bitcoin is the emperor of cryptocurrency. So we have to always give it its dues. We always have to kind of like, pay homage to what it means and etc. So Dogecoin is the epitome of the next level of what crypto is, which is a peer-to-peer concept where everyone decides that they're going to use a coin. Like, most people don't know that the Dogecoin is actually transferred way more than pretty much almost all the other coins combined in a peer-to-peer asset. I mean, I've been in liquor stores that don't take Bitcoin, but they take Doge. So it is truly the people's coin. So it has a long way to go. It has a lot of stuff. The other day I heard a guy who was on my live, and he came and he said, he's like, man, I don't like the way Elon Musk pump and dump Doge. And I was thinking to myself, like, are we mad that the coin went to 69 cents and fell from a penny? Like, I don't know how to explain that. If you were supposed to buy at 4 cents and sell at 50, that's a 15x. Like, if you're mad that you could take 1,000 and walk away with $150,000, if that's what made you mad at Elon Musk, I don't know if you understand what he did for you. Nobody, I mean, nothing, no company, I mean, he helped inflate a project to a level that allowed so many people to gain assets and value and money in a time where nobody was helping the people, right? So, like, we're watching our feed here, and we got our other moon over here who's watching our TikTok page. He's trying to keep it, kind of like at a certain level before the rise, but it's for the people, right? I don't know how you can be mad when your coin goes from a penny to 70 cents. Like, you got a 70x and you're angry. I mean, that to me right there is just kind of like the epitome of where we at in the world. The ungratefulness of it. I was ecstatic. Like, I bought it like at 0.008 at an eighth of a penny. So when it went to 50 cents and above, I love Elon. Like, I'm going to buy a Tesla just because of that. Because I feel like I owe him a tip. You know what I mean? That's why I support him. And but what I found interesting here was that on the verge of something, I mean, everybody knows that in the cryptocurrency, there's a few armies that could go to war. right? And you know, you have your Bitcoin maxis who are second to none when it comes to it, except for the XRP army, which is the exact opposites of the Bitcoin maxis, right? Which makes them very interesting, right? Because one's a cryptocurrency and one's a ledger. And then you have the Ethereum junkies who come in with, you know, following the long neck one, right? And then when you throw in the people, right, the people's coins, which is Doge, and then you bring Shiba Inu into the party. I mean, that's a solid little mix there. And then you throw Cardano on top of it. I mean, I think you're pretty solid there. What do you guys think? That's about right with the armies?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, right. And when you take that group right there, you've got, you know, Cardano's all about building what crypto is, maintaining the structure of freedom. You know, that there's no control, build it right, build it the way it's supposed to be built, expand it to third world countries, because that's what Charles Hopkins does. If you didn't notice, he's building Cardano into all the third world countries because that's what blockchain technology is really designed to do, is to free the people that never had an opportunity. But most people are unaware of that because they're too busy wanting to make their own gains, right? The only way to really free the world is to free the 80% of the unbanked, because those people help you have majority and majority rules. You've already witnessed the power that, I mean, if you didn't know that the sleeping giant of America has already been put to sleep by the 1%. So when you're distracted, stuck on your $1,200 iPhone, not realizing you're paying $8 to $12 for a cup of coffee that costs 50 cents, when you spend your whole life unaware that there's trafficking of children and you don't even know your election got stolen and all these things happen to you. I mean, you're in a crazy situation where now there's money been overprinted, inflation's coming, you know, everyone tried to warn you of all the stuff that was happening, and now you're sitting in the middle of it, right? The only people that can help that is you have to increase your position, right? And that's where the 80% of the unbanked come in, because those people aren't brainwashed or manipulated yet, and they can come in and change the world from different aspects. So numbers, you know, the majority wins, right? And that's the war that we're in, and that's why the Cardano project is so interesting, because he builds on the outside. Now, moving into SHIB, and SHIB's kind of like working on the marketing side of, you know, the people's coin, which is the Doge coin, and saying, hey, we're like its little brother, and we want to build out. Hold on, check Charles Hopkins' story. Could be something there. He will build Elon's platform. I mean, yeah. I mean, these, you got to realize that what I'm looking at in crypto is that the only person that's standing up for the rights of people in crypto, and we're going to do there's some other articles on Twitter you guys want to go through, that we're going to launch a couple quick shows after that about what's happening in Twitter. If you guys don't know, you need to start sharing the hashtag leave Coinbase. Everybody needs to leave Coinbase. You got to set an example, start with the IPO, take Coinbase, put that company out of business, and then we move on to Celsius. And we need to start handling all these companies that are deciding to go with regulations before crypto has even been decided to be a cryptocurrency or an asset. I mean, well, how are you going to regulate America before there's even any judgment, due process? But that's in the other stories that are following this story to get into. But here I want to focus on how Shiba Inu gets listed on Robinhood, and the next conversation is how Doge can become the internet money. So for me, most people miss this article, but I just thought it was very interesting that the Robinhood CEO is still outlining how Doge can become the currency. So that's what I want to look at here. Now, obviously, we have Moon. Moon hasn't got any Dogecoin. So what holds you back from getting Doge, Moon?
All right. I have nothing against Doge at all. Like, I see its place in crypto. I see what the people see in it, but I just chose to kind of stay to layer one coins for a bit, building. Now, keep in mind, I'm an investor. I'm not a trader. So, you know, I am a long-term holding person.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the coins I've invested in my portfolio is basically my long-term stuff. I haven't bought anything like Doge or some other coins that, I mean, that you can possibly trade. Nothing wrong with them. I know you can definitely make a profit. I know what they're standing for, but will I get some in the future? Possibly. But as of this moment, I have not. I have focused more on building my portfolio with certain coins that will pay off for me in the long run.
Makes sense. Now I'm going to share my screen. You guys see my screen right there? Let me know if you guys are able to see that.
Yep.
So what this basically is here. So taking a look at that now, since you're a long-term investor, which is great for this position right here. So, what I want to look at here is like you're sitting around and you notice Robinhood drops the big Shiba Inu. Now, were you aware that they put Shiba Inu onto Robinhood?
Yes.
What did that mean to you when you heard that happened?
To me, I felt it was like more stability. It was giving it more credibility, going towards building like a more solid coin. But it still didn't motivate me enough to want to go buy some. I think it was a hell of a move for people who have Doge, and it was a win for them.
For Shiba?
Yeah. I'm sorry, yes.
Right.
But
So
it's still, I have a purchase plan. You know what I mean? There's certain coins that I'm going to acquire, and invest in before I get into Shiba or Doge or anything like that.
all right, so just looking at, so Shiba popping on there, you're just being someone who's been in the cryptocurrency space for a year. You turned around, let's take a look here. I am used to seeing more than 100 people on live. Crypto market down, everyone away from TikTok. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are finding them ways. I mean, hopefully to the barbecue. The problem is, and I'll address that a little bit later. I think it's more than that. But, so Moon, when you see that, obviously SHIB getting onto Robinhood's a big ideal. And this is kind of where, I'm looking at the market. This as a trader, as an investor, did you notice, like, the first thing I noticed, and I talked with my people with, was when SHIB made that 30% run. That was an investor run, meaning that we bought very low, everything got pumped, we jumped out at the right time, it crashed to a certain level, and then it stayed level by bots trading to make sure that the price didn't fall. What was weird to me is that there was no push from India, because India has regulations right now to where they don't even know if they can use or buy crypto, and most people are missing that fact that at 2 o'clock in the morning Central Time, India is not buying anything. Not to mention the Asian markets aren't buying anything. So these markets are completely stale. And then you come to America and you say to yourself, if you take out India, which is 40% of the crypto market, that's a huge chunk that they just like literally wiped off the board. And then you come to America and there's people who don't have their tax money, people who don't have the unemployment that was paying them 4 times of what they were getting at their normal job. They don't have any stimulus checks. There is a stimulus check, is rumored coming pretty soon. So I think that's where crypto is going to make its move in the next month or so. But other than that, crypto is completely stale. And that's kind of what goes back to someone on our TikTok saying, we're used to seeing hundreds of people on live. Where are the people at? Well, they're I mean, look at the greed and factor index, right? Greed and factor index is completely on the low. If you pull up anything about Bitcoin here, take a look here. Bitcoin regains $40,000 as sentiment turns to extreme fear. I mean, so Bitcoin hits $40,000, but all they're talking about is how there's extreme fear, right? So what I want to see here is that what's weird to me is that how Vlad, so he just came out and tweeted after all that good stuff with SHIB, he comes out and says, can Doge truly be the future currency of the internet and people? As we added the ability to send and receive Doge on Robinhood, I've been thinking about what that would take. So here's a guy who's had Doge on top of their thing the entire time. They just added SHIB, but his entire thought process is, where can Doge go? Right? Now, I think that is the underlying statement to a guy like Elon Musk backing it, right? Elon Musk is basically, you can buy Tesla stuff with it. Eventually, you're going to be able to buy Tesla. The devs that are developing it are building it on top of the Songbird protocol, which allows it to do DeFi, also stake. Plus, it's being integrated with XRP onto the Ethereum process, which also fall on top of ICP. So that's a Web.3 piece, meaning that it's going to be cryptocurrency. So it is very interesting to me to see, after with all the buzz for Doge, I mean for Shiba Inu, there was no buzz about Shiba Inu. It was all about Doge, right? Like, wasn't that not? Did that not? How does that strike you as as someone who's sitting in a space and I mean who hasn't really focused on, you're not a Doge army, you're not a Shiba Inu army, you know, you're just a person who's picking very small projects saying, I think I'll long term this. When you see this happening, how does that think to you when this guy right here is like saying, first off, transaction fees have been vanishingly small. We've already there as of November 1.15. Typically, transaction fees have been 0.003, which can experience on Robinhood app compared to now. This is huge, right? So, guys, remember this guy is talking, and what really kind of threw me into how important this tweet was not the fact that he was just sending something, because there are a lot of people that do marketing, right? So it wasn't like Vlad was just throwing something out there like Doge is going to be the internet money of the world, question mark. This guy came back with something very important, which was facts and data. Now, normally you don't throw this in there unless you've actually been doing the research to see if this actually works. But not only did he throw in the transaction information, but listen to what he comes up with here, which was blowing me away because this is kind of crazy. So he comes in here and he says that the Tevin began by drawing attention to the fact that Dogecoin's transaction fees are roughly 0.003% per transaction, are already small enough to replace the altcoin as a feasible eCash frontrunner. He believes that the block size and the block time of Dogecoin are at the main areas that require improvement for the cryptocurrency. Now, remember, if you guys were following me, I told you how Dogecoin has a completely new developing team who's actually expanding the block size and increasing this. And I don't know if you paid attention, but Longneck himself from Ethereum said that he would be interested in helping Dogecoin actually accomplish these goals. So it's so weird that 2 months later, Vlad's over here talking about the same thing. And the required improvement of the cryptocurrency to become widely adopted. But this is what was so crazy to me. He comes back and reiterates that the transaction fees are already low enough at a 0.003, which can experience on the Robinhood D app, compared to the 1 and 3% network fees that the major credit card networks charge. Did he just let you know that why would I mean, this is just business. Robinhood is saying to themselves that they're paying a 1 to 3% network fee to MasterCard, Visa, and all these other credit cards, when all they have to do is accept Doge, and they save 3% per transaction? What do you think of that, Moon?
Oh, it was like an inside tip.
But not only that,
my opinion with Doge and with Shiba, okay? Again, I'm not going to knock them because I feel that you could make money, and like I said, I know what they stand for. You pick a project, you bond, whatever. The case is, to me, I know that would have been the right time to jump in. I just wasn't ready to jump in. I'm trying to build a portfolio with my level 1 or my specific coins that I want to build a foundation on as a trader, as an investor, I'm sorry. Once I start getting ready to trade, for me not to actually invest in Shiba or invest in Doge would be silly. But
yeah.
Again, when everybody FOMOs or freaks out when it goes, to do that, honestly, as volatile as the system is, it's going to go back down again to the point where it's going to make sense to buy.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other thing. So, E, are you there? Did you get your adult beverage?
No adult beverage.
All right, so E,
they ID'd me and they sent me back.
They sent me back.
Okay.
So E.
You have Doge, right? E?
I had Doge. Yes, I did. I was one of the buyers from back in 2016.
And tell them when you sold it.
Yep.
Shut up.
See,
I sold it. I think it was 2020 right before it skyrocketed to like 70 cents. Yeah, I sold it right before I had 500 and something thousand Dogecoins. I have receipts if people don't believe me.
So the man threw away his beer money. So when you now, I mean, reading this tweet, right? Obviously, now, guys, little bit about EC. So EC is, our security guy. He does a lot of stuff in here. But, we dig so much information and we go through so much stuff that we go through. And we read about cross trains, back chains, what Ethereum, so like what I do is I take information, I throw it over to EC, EC validates it, and then he comes back with his opinion and adds other information so that we can understand what's happening out there, right? So when you look at this tweet, right, did you see this tweet from Vlad?
No, I did not.
When he says out here, and he says, first of all, he talked about how cheap the transaction fee is, right? Now, when he comes over the top and then explains that you can experience using Dogecoin on the Robinhood app, right? And going from a 3% credit card ding that he's paying through his company, where he could get that down to a 0.003%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're talking, guys, what's, okay, so here, let's pull up.
1 to 3%, dude, that's, it depends
How much?
what you're buying, but that's a big amount compared to, if he can lower it that much, yes. He's gonna take a big bite right there.
Yeah, typical transaction fees. So here, as of last November, right, with the new update, the 1.14.5 update, typically transaction fees have been 0.003, which can experience, just to get, if you guys missed that, just so you know, the Doge developers have got the fees down to 0.003, which can experience, which you can't. Now, I don't know if you guys understand what he's saying here. He's telling you that it's already here, which you can experience on the Robinhood app, compared to a 1 to 3% network fees of the major credit card networks, right? So to me, that's business, right? So ideally, the block time needs to be updated, blah, blah, blah. So when you take a look at this and in comparison to Visa Network, and it has a throughout approximately 600 transactions per second, Dogecoin would need to increase its total throughout payouts by roughly 1,625 times in order to be par with Visa. Now, the thing about this is that people throw out in comparison, the Visa Network can do a 65,000 transactions per second. That's a TPS. And Doge is below that on that side. That's what makes all these other blockchains like XRP, XLM very usable in this scenario. But Doge is built on top of a platform which came from a coin. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Dogecoin is a fork of another coin. Do you guys know what coin that is? Anybody?
No.
So if you guys know what that coin that is, let me know. I'm gonna put this here so you'd be able to throw it down there. But it's not Litecoin. It's another coin, right? So that coin, which is called, it goes with this hat right here that I wear. And that coin. So the first person to tell me who that coin is, I'll send you $50 in XR in Doge. There you go, $50 in Doge. Just if you can tell me what that is, put in the comments in Twitter. But the hint is it goes with my hat. So basically, even though Visa Network can do 60
coin.
E, why are you taking their money? So
I want that money.
Oh, that money, boys. So the entire thing is that basically, even though Visa, we haven't even put the article out there, you bum.
Oh man,
he just like stepped in on him. He said, listen, Tune. I'm taking that, Tune. Want that money? All right.
I expect that Doge in my wallet.
I expect that Doge, man. Better send that lucky coin, son. So the thing is that even though Visa Network can do 65,000 transactions per second, they only do 12,000 transactions per second, right? They're capable of 65,000, but on a daily usage, they only do 12. So when people start talking about, that you need to be able to do 65,000 transactions per second, but honestly, you don't have to be that big because on a scale, Visa only operates on a 12,000 transaction per second anyways, due to volume of orders and people actually using Visa or MasterCard. So that's where it makes it very interesting that Doge can get a lot closer there. And that's what's so interesting about the upgrades that they're putting now. If you guys didn't know, the fact that Doge was being put onto a Songbird, is it Songbird with XRP, the XRP and XLM humming, what's
Isn't it derived from Litecoin?
Litecoin, so
It's
there's
forked.
it's forked from yeah. Litecoin got forked into a coin called Lucky Coin. Lucky Coin got forked into Doge. So that's where people so that's like everyone who says Litecoin is they're like the we call the influencers that get a TikTok and say, I'm going to show you how to research, and they forget how to Google. And they stop at Litecoin. They don't really realize that it's actually the Lucky Coin. But when you come down to it, the Lucky Coin is a fork of Litecoin. Look at Moon on the Moon's coming in over here trying to get that Doge. She's a Doge hodler. Yeah, we got our TikTok Moon over here. She's like, I'm all about that Doge. Better send me that money.
Hardcore.
The is so the thing about this is with the transactions of having the that new ecosystem being built with what was so crazy about that ecosystem, but it's Songbird, isn't it? Let's take a look at that. I want to make sure that I'm actually covering this correctly here, boys. Let's see what we have here. Coin cap. Right? It's Hummingbird, Mockingbird. Let's find it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Songbird. Yeah, right here. Songbird. SGB. Now, guys, I always Google everything because I talk about a lot of things. If you guys haven't got into Songbird, it's definitely something you want to look at now that I'm actually reviewing a coin. Something you want to take. Oh, my God, you definitely want to get into this. No, not financial advice, but it came out. It was averaging 40 cents, and it's at 6 cents. Absolutely ridiculous. But so Songbird, the weirdest thing about Songbird is Songbird was created to do one thing, right? It's basically the Kusama, and if you guys don't know what Kusama does, you better Google. But Kusama is the testing ground for Polkadot and the parachains, and before they put it on the Polkadot. So basically, the Songbird comes out. Songbird is Flare's Canary network, which is a key step to the entry into the industry in enabling tokens and networks without smart contracts to be used trustlessly. Now, this is such a key word. So when you guys read these articles here, a lot of times you don't have the information that actually lets you make sense. So E, when you see that right there, right, what does that mean? Remember we were covering the Matic network? Did Toon got him? So basically,
I think he got, yep.
This guy snuck out for another adult beverage. They got you, bro. He's been abducted. All right, listen. So when you see the key word here, see they're putting key words here, right? And what this actually means is that if you go back and you look into what they're building right now inside of the Matic network is a multi-chain that builds a I'll take me $50 in lunch. I got you. What's your hummus bread? The key to the Matic thing is that if you've seen all these hacks and everything that happens when you use bridges in cryptocurrency, Matic is building a system that is a multi-chain bridge that allows the cryptocurrency to use its trustlessly. So it's a trustless network, meaning that it stays inside of its own security and it doesn't ever breach it to allow hackers an opportunity to slip into the bridge and hack the system. So it's to be used as a trustlessly and non-custodial manner for the first time of a scalable smart contracts. This is huge. Flare's technology, which is the engine behind Songbird, is a scalable, low-carbon, low-cost, highly decentralized smart contract platform that runs the Ethereum virtual machine and utilizes federated and Byzantine agreement-based consensus. okay, which is the platform's native token Spark, which is Flare, which enables the Flare to unleash the tremendous value of the diverse ecosystem and the blockchain communities. Flare is unique in that it delivers its network structure and its underlying and integrated networks, leveraging decentralization, security, and underlying networks. So this is where the thing about the Songbird network that was really crazy to me was that when it came out, it was designed to operate on a ledger. The ledger is XRP. The ledger is for XLM. And do you know that there was 2 other coins besides those 2 coins that were added to Songbird in order to operate? Moon, do you know what those 2 coins were?
No. XLM.
XRP. There's 4 total. XLM and XLP came with it. And we just talked about 2 of them.
SHIB and Doge?
Litecoin.
No. Okay.
And Doge.
Yeah, I don't have Litecoin either.
Right? So what was so weird to me is that Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, and then Doge is a fork of a coin that forked from Litecoin. But it's so weird to have XRP, which is a ledger foundation, and you have a Bitcoin foundation coming together using Songbird to be built into the Ethereum machine, which Ethereum would be the smart contracted system that is being pushed through the bridge. The seamless bridge would be the bridge that attaches to Polygon, because Polygon is building a multi-chain based on trustless technology. Right? So when you learn about cryptocurrencies, you can put all this together by simply watching what each company is building. Right? So I don't know, but I'm gonna buy a ton of this 6 cents right here. This is ridiculous right here. I mean, it is ridiculous. But that's just food for thought, guys. That's just how this all comes together. That's just information for you. So that's what I really thought it was really crazy about this entire article. But what I found more crazy about it was that Robinhood came out, and the entire thing that they were talking about was like, here, Robin could say Dogecoin needs to be bigger blocks to be internet currency. You know, that's what they're talking about. The entire thing came across... you know, April 1st has an example range between 19 cents and 30 cents. So, I mean, they're just talking about the cost of it. So watching all this happen, how it beats out the network fees for major card networks. The average cost of using Dogecoin since April 1st has, for example, been between 19 and 30 cents according to Bitcoin Info. So it's just interesting to me here that, you know, the Bitcoin has ranged between $1.35 and over $3, and Ethereum's transaction fees has ranged from $11 to $43. I mean, when you think about that, right? Think about that. When you use Dogecoin, right, which is, you know, cheaper than the 1 to 3% of the network fees of MasterCard out there, their ranges, every time someone does a transaction with Doge, a big transaction, it's 19 cents or 30 cents, right? You slide down, and if you were using Bitcoin, it's $1.35 or $3, right? So meaning that it's a 10x, it costs you 10 times more money to use Bitcoin, right? And then you go down to Ethereum, and it's 100 times more, right? You see my screen? Mm-hmm. Is that not insane?
Actually, I don't. I see you.
Oh, hey, what's up? How are you? Yeah, I mean, so right here, just looking at these articles, we can go back and we can watch the videos. But, I mean, if you can pay 20 cents, is that better than $1.35 in Bitcoin fees or $11 in Ethereum? Like, I don't even know why people are doing business on Ethereum for $11. I mean, how sick can you feel right now that if you were able to use Dogecoin instead of Ethereum, you'd pay 20 cents instead of $11? Is that not sick?
Absolutely, man. Sure. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, so currently with the 1 megabyte block size, that's what they need to increase. Dogecoin's throughout is, so if people are looking into this, the throughput is about 40 transactions per second, right? 40 transactions, the TPS. Now keep in mind that MasterCard averages 12,000, and that's kind of where, you have to say to yourself, how do we get this built out? So as a comparison, Visa, they say 65,000 per second, but Visa actually doesn't do, that's what it's capable of. It's actually not what it does. It does 12,000 per second when on a daily basis. So that's the
block? Go back.
1 megabyte.
To the little block part.
1 megabyte.
1 megabyte. Per second? Or what did they say?
Let's see.
Right there. Hold on.
Here.
Wait. All right.
No, it's down here.
1 minute
Hold on.
transaction.
Here. With a 1 minute blockchain
right
and a
here.
1 megabyte block
Within
size.
a 1 minute blockchain, the 1 megabyte block, Dogecoin can process roughly 40 transactions.
Yeah, Bitcoin is not very quick, like at all. So sometimes these transactions, I've sat there.
Now here's the thing, right? Songbird is to move this over to a position of an integration to a ledger. So imagine getting Dogecoin built into the XRP ledger. That's 60 to 100,000 transactions per second.
Yeah.
I mean, is that not insane?
1 minute.
So that's kind of what, these little particles, but were you here when I was talking about the trustless side?
So yeah, because I'm trying to do the math. Hold on. Yeah, basically they don't have to trust anybody.
Remember we were talking about how Polygon, remember they were talking about how Polygon, the thing that the multi-chain with Polygon is building is that it stays inside its own blockchain and it creates a trustless movement. Now you come over here and you're looking at Bitcoin, at Dogecoin.
You don't have to trust anybody else because it's doing everything. Let me see cryptocurrency.
Now what they're doing is he's suggesting that the developers are already aiming for a 10 gigabyte block over time. So that would be 10x on a 40. Very, very interesting, right? So that's kind of what we got, guys. As always, you got to do your, kind of get out there and learn what you got to learn, but take the information you learn and do a little more digging. And that's really what's important here. But most importantly, you always have to kind of like realize what these words that they're saying actually mean. So Scotty be chillin's like, to the moon. Scotty's like, yo, listen, it's going to the moon. Doge. Welcome to Doge Satellite 111. We appreciate you visiting us on Mars of Doge. Please say hello to everyone. Do not disturb the dogs. Scotty's like, I'm in.
They said, yeah, see, that's where I was like, Doge said that it did 40 transactions per second.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's like way. I mean, what is? We were talking about Hedera Hashgraph.
Yeah, but Hedera Hashgraph, you got to remember.
And compared to XRP does 1,500 transactions per second.
Mm-hmm. So XRP, that's only what they tell you. Right, XRP
yes.
actually does 100,000, 150,000. It's pretty. It's
yes.
It's unbelievable. They just let you know what they test. They don't actually don't tell you what they can do. Now, on the other hand, Hedera Hashgraph will tell you that they do 10,000 transactions per second. When you put stress onto their network, it's only like 1,000 to 2,000. So that's where you have to like dig into the real data and actually open up their packets and go into their mediums and actually dig in. BAT is fixing to dump shorting. Thank you for the money. I am actually in BAT. So I will take the dump, guys. I'm expecting a bloody weekend. I don't know about you, but I'm a short vision. But I just thought this article. We'll wrap this up and get to another. We got to cover some other things. Appreciate you guys coming in and taking a look at the news with us. Hopefully we gave you some information that you can take with you and kind of understand what's going on out there. Obviously, the insight from Moon is a year inside the cryptocurrency. Very a simple investor where she's looking to strategize her investment. She's making decisions that I think 80% of the people out there are thinking of making. So it's nice to have that. Also to be able to dig in there. So we appreciate your information,
Thanks.
Moon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, because
and then I'll reward $50 in Doge if they can tell you which is the coin that is untraceable.
Oh.
Ooh.
So you guys, at the end, guys, we're throwing out a bonus here. If you can find the coin that is untraceable, and that's a stumper. That's a stumper right there, right? Honestly, that's a tough one. The untraceable coin, right? Does it start with M?
I'm not telling you.
I wanted a hint. Give us a hint, buddy. Toon. Give us a hint, Toon. So the untraceable coin. So guys, in the comments down below, if you want $50 in Dogecoin, tell us who the untraceable coin is. And EC will check your comments to see if you're there, and he will definitely make sure you get your Doge. So pay attention to that. So let everyone know, see what it is. Like, comment, and share. First comment in. And while you're down there, if you're, don't forget to follow the Twitter. Find everyone. Moon's going to go on there. She's going to comment. Follow Moon. Follow EC. But at the end of the day, the untraceable currency, which is very interesting. And you got to go to the Twitter, guys. You got to go to Twitter. Don't put it on top of TikTok and have someone go to Twitter and actually put the comment in front of you. I feel bad when that happens. But I'm gonna do it myself. I'm going right now. It's my Doge. But yeah, so make sure you share the videos, put them out there. We're doing some VIP giveaways to my Discord where you learn how to margin, trade, get ahead of the game. So I'm giving away some VIPs in the like list of the new year to help everybody out. But like always, guys, we appreciate you stopping in. We're going to catch some other information. Make sure you're paying attention to it. You guys enjoy your night, and we will see you later. Close your eyes. So beautiful.